I make millions of naira every week. I'm not those motivational speakers. No, I practice what I teach. When I started my export, do you know how many billionaires, like super strong, people that are stronger like cults that are in the export industry? Do you know people that by chance I can never smell where their feet matches? They've been there operating. In fact, it is a heritage. They inherited that business from their great-grandparents that are bourgeoises in that business. But I marked myself that I want to be reckoned among the most successful, the biggest exporters, not just in Nigeria, but in Africa. I have the guts. I started. And trust me right now, I am moving with the movers and shakers of that export world. Have the guts to face the risk. Have the guts to absorb the risk. Have the guts to what? To reinvest and continue, or to reinvent and continue. Have the guts to keep my foot on the front line. Because in anything you do, you'll face challenges. You can make as much money as you damn well want and live your life as you damn pleases. This is word by Dan Lok, the author of a book called F.U. Money. What did he say? He says, make as much money as you damn well want and live your life as you damn well pleases. Now, some people might think that, how is this possible? Maybe it's possible in America because they say that is the land of opportunity, correct? And they'll say that it is not possible in Nigeria because things are hard in Nigeria, correct? So meaning that what you just succumb to me is, in Nigeria, you cannot make as much money as you want and you cannot live your life as you damn well pleases. And that is wrong. You can achieve that. In fact, as a Nigerian and as somebody who have gone around the world, I can tell you categorically clear that to me, there is no place on earth is as sweet as Nigeria. And if Nigeria is the sweetest place, I'm not saying that there are more beautiful places to live, or there are more beautiful places around the world, but Nigeria is the most sweetest place to live. And if you damn don't believe me, go and ask those people that are living abroad. They'll tell you that they're just there to make money. But if they really want to enjoy that money, Nigeria is the best place. So Dan Lok says that you can make as much money as you damn well want and live your life as you damn well please. Two things: make the money and live the life. As a corpus, you've gone through school, you've studied, you've specialized in one thing or the other, and you're now serving, meaning that you are gaining experiences, right? And you'll soon pass out. Then you start facing life. So the question is, how? I don't know. Let me just first ask you, do you want money? No, if you don't want money, please raise your hand. Oh, you all want money. Okay. Do you just want money, or do you want money as much as you want? Why? Because you want to live a life as you well damn pleases, right? How would you achieve that? Now, the answer to this is as simple as ABC if you follow what other people that are successful are doing. One secret that I have learned in this life is whatever you want to do today, there are people, 1,000,001 people that have been doing that. Among them are people that were successful. So if you want to start, before you go into it, study those people that are doing that. What are they doing? How did they do what they did? And they become successful. When you study that, borrow some of their techniques, then apply it to what you have. Then tweak it a little so that you will not be similar to them. Tweak it a little so that you can be different. You can be noticed. And I can guarantee you that your chances of becoming successful is high. So what we're going to do is we're going to go through this money that is called F.U. Money by Dan Lok, which he says you can make as much money as you damn well want and live your life as you damn well pleases. And you can go and search for it. I don't want to go bug you about his biography. But what I'm going to do here is I'm going to be picking up books. Then we're going to be studying these books. And we just don't study the books. We bring life example and we can see how we can impact that in you, what you're doing. Like you, Babajide, poultry, Theophilus, project management development, Atta, fashion design, Yimi, baking, and Victor, techie stuff. Yeah? So let us see how this book can relate to you. And to our viewers, also study this book and follow us to see how you can apply what we are reading here to what you specialize on how you can implement and start making money as much as you want and live your life as much as you pleases. So people might say, oh, I'm just creating. Trust me, I learned this book myself. I have not finished this book. I think I just studied about 3 chapters of this book or 4. I applied 1 or 2. And yes, I am making as much money as I want. And I'm living my life as much as I pleases. Because at least I make millions of naira every week. I'm sorry, I'm not bragging. But I'm just saying this so that you will know that what I'm saying, I am living it. I make millions of naira every week and I live my life as much as I pleases, because right now I can decide from here on this table, I can just walk out, go to the airport and board a plane and leave this country to go and enjoy myself for maybe a week or 2 or 1 month, and I'll live well. So I'm not those motivational speakers. No, I practice what I teach. I'm an expert. That is my business, right? But I applied something that I have learned here into my own business and it's fetching me money. So for your poultry farm, for your baking, fashion, project management and business development, and cybersecurity, this book can also help you. And once we're done with this book, we can look at other books too. Let's start the part 1, the FU Money, the Money Lifestyle 23. What the hell is FU Money? How to live like a movie star even if you're not famous. Who wants to live like a movie star? All of you want to live like a movie star even though you're not famous, right? Okay, now part 2 is that the FU Money myth, 8 myths that are keeping you from your FU money. What is that thing that is stopping you from achieving that dream? We'll figure that out. These are the 8 myths. 1, I said money can't buy happiness. Have you heard that phrase before? Money can't buy happiness. Money can't buy happiness. That is what the myth they've told you. And the second is rich people are assholes. And the third myth is you can't afford to wait. The fourth is you have to be lucky to be rich. How many of you heard that? Especially, if you see somebody, that one is lucky now. It's just if you are lucky, if you are lucky. That is what they made us believe. Especially in this part of the continent of the world. There is this way of saying in Hausa that what it means that keep yourself where God meant you to be. I always ask myself that question. How do you know that this is where God wants you to be? Let's say you're living a wretched life, you're poor, and you're finding life very difficult, and you're just selling maybe drinks on the side road, or maybe you're a vulcanizer on the side road, and you have the potential to grow from becoming a vulcanizer to becoming an auto service center. But instead of you to improve yourself so that you will be working on the wheels and also you will be servicing cars, you'll go into wheel balancing and alignment. All those things are things that are related to what vulcanizer can do. But they tell you that just remain where God kept you. Remain as a vulcanizer. Where did they get this? This is the myth. It says that you have to be lucky to be rich. That means that you are not lucky. Who? Did God came and told you that you're not lucky? No any pastor or imam can tell you that you're not lucky, because God didn't tell them that. And God didn't tell you that. All you need to do is find out what you need to do to improve. So the issue of that myth of you have to be lucky to be rich is a myth. We'll work on that. The next myth is you have to be a cheapskate, and also you have to get rich slowly. You just have to, I said, how would you start and becoming big? Say, small, it's gradual. It's gradual. Gradual? How old are you? 25, 30, 35, 40? Small? How small? How soon? Small? Do you know what the economy is reading? What you buy today, 10,000 naira, tomorrow is 12,000 or 12,005. Small? Is it by saving? Can you really be rich by small? You have to work hard to make money. How many of you heard that? You have to work hard to make money. That is a myth. Number 8, you have to be perfectly ready. You have to be perfectly ready. What this means is before you start anything, you need to make sure that you have everything set and ready. Let me give you a story about what I did. That was 2020. 2020 was the year of Corona, correct? Was one time a staff of Just Electricity Distribution Company. I worked as a marketer. I collect bills. I go to houses, I distribute these bills, and I return back to collect electricity payment. And where there is a default, I come back to disconnect the lights. I was doing my work, but I've gained experience. And one day I put up my resignation letter because I'm tired. I make millions of naira every month for this company, and they pay me like this, and still they don't appreciate what I'm doing. Every day they threaten me with dismissal, and I can't take it any longer. I decided to quit. I don't have a job, but I have an experience. An experience is something that can make you money. Experience in whatever. Let me give you a guidance. If I am you, now that you're serving, I can create one service called Corpus Guide. Trust me, Corpus Guide. Because I went through service corps and I pass out. My experiences, I can bring it. And I can ask this corpus to be paying me 500 or 1,000 naira for that guide on how they can start their youth core service and finish up successfully with having a proper project that they can start after the service. You get what I'm saying? So this is what? Experience. So I'm just bringing this as the last myth that says that you have to be perfectly ready. What I did was, after I resigned, I don't have a work, but I said, okay, let me bring my experience into play. I have studied the regulation of electricity. And during my work experience, I have studied how the electricity industry operates. I have the experience that the energy consumers are experiencing. What did I do? I bring all this three together. The regulation, what the energy industries are operating on, what the energy consumers are experiencing. I meshed them together. I studied and I brought a service. This service will be protecting the energy consumers from the energy operators through the energy regulation. So I created the service and I called it Electricity Complaint Center, and I want to start that service. But the main thing is, before I start, I need an office. I need staff. I need a lot of things. And most importantly, I need publicity. And all I had then was 100,000 naira. So do you think with 100,000 naira I can start a proper company? Because the myth they told you is you have to be perfectly ready, meaning that you need to get money to have a complete office like what we have here, all right? You need to have money that will pay salaries. If you are employing 5 people, you need to have salaries that will give these 5 people for like 6 months. You need to have it ready. So at least for me to start, I need nothing less than 4 to 5 million naira as such 2020 to start that business. I don't have a job. I just resigned. If I follow this myth number 8 that said you have to be perfectly ready, there is no hope for me. Babajide, there is no hope for you to start your poultry farming. Just like you, Theophilus, you have no hope to start your business development project services, especially you, a lady. You don't have the money, you can never start that baking business because you're not perfectly ready, as the myth says here. But guess what? With 100,000 naira, because I went rogue, I went against this myth. With this 100,000 and a proper strategy, I was able to come up with 18 office outlets, 41 staff, all with branded uniform t-shirts, computers, printers, all office equipments, all set. We started the business, we had publicity, we devised publicity, and within first month of starting that business, we got enough clients that we were able to pay salaries, save money, and continue until Corona came and shut a lot of business all over the world. Until today, I still receive requests from people, not just in Nigeria, but from South Africa, from India, and some part of the world for that service. If I waited that until I am perfectly ready, then I can't have that. So that is myth number 8. It's not a must that we must be ready. You want to have glory? You want to live that lifestyle like a celebrity, like a movie star? You have to have that guts.